All the last-minute gifts are on sale at Gap Factory and GapFactory.com. Get 60% off almost everything. Shop new doorbusters, including gifts from $7, socks from $2, tees from $8, and more. Find it all at Gap Factory or GapFactory.com through December 24th. Cozy up for the holidays with 60% off everything at Banana Republic Factory, including soft sweaters, comfy pajamas, must-have gifts, and more from $9.99. Find your nearest store now, only at Banana Republic Factory.
The Paychex Business Series with Gene Marks is bringing you business owners and experts like Rich Rowell of Facebook and Noah Breslow of OnDeck. Hear about today's top issues, business innovation, and the road to recovery. Listen at paychex.com/business series.
What's going on? Good morning. You are tuned into the Cigars with Mac podcast. I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading the podcast. I do apologize for I haven't been doing as many podcasts as I normally do just because I've been busy with life, you know. But it is my endeavor to try to podcast every day if I can, and I need to get more discipline in that, and I do take full responsibility for that. You know, brother has to live, and it's a trip out here, man. You know? Today in our morning podcast, I would like to talk about ungrateful people. And what inspired this podcast was I saw a YouTube video on Master P. You know, basically he cut off his brother C Murder. I don't know if y'all familiar with Master P, but he was a very prolific rapper in the 90s. And that's my era right there. I was born in 86, but I was really, you know, the 90s was my generation. People always say, yeah, 80s baby, 90s baby, and all that shit, whatever. But I guess you could call me a 90s baby. I was born in 86, but the 90s was my era, man. That was my shit, you know? So I remember at Master P, man, we grew up, you know, singing them songs, man, the Ice Cream Man, and, you know, you don't want to go to war with a soldier and all that shit, man. You know, I remember when Mystical and Snoop Dogg were signed to Master P, man, you know. But anyway, man, I'm going to play his video in a little bit, but I can definitely relate to helping out, you know, family members, close friends, man. They just seem not to appreciate it. They don't even realize that you are being a help to them. And one thing I've discovered in life, sometimes you can be such a help to people that you really can hinder them. So, with no further ado, let Let me play this clip by Master P talking about his situation with C Murder. All right. The video queued up. Here we go, people.
So this probably one of the hardest things I ever had to do. But Jesus told the disciples, go out and be truthful. And whoever can appreciate that, just dust your feet off and keep it moving. This is not about me. This is about the older people in my family that has no verse when it comes to what's going on right now. And they shouldn't be talked about the way they have been. And any of y'all have any relatives that incarcerated that you know that's ungrateful, then you probably can understand this, especially if you did everything you could do. Like my mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers, aunties, uncles. I know they've been, went above and beyond to help my brother. And I'm real disappointed because I didn't even know he had a social media. But when I checked and seen like who he's following and what he was saying, you know, some of the stuff don't even look like he wrote it, but if he did, or it's his people, you know, bloggers, the devil, fake media people, they're gonna take that stuff and run, because they're all about devouring and conquering. And everything that my family worked for, our reputation, you know, just because somebody that's incarcerated say whatever, it's entertainment for the world. But this is not entertainment. This is not fun. This is hurtful. You know, I know my brother said that he put some books out and made bare minimum, and that's the way he take care of his family. Which, you know, in those books is what I disagree with. He talked about my mom, my dad, the people that created him. He said that they didn't do nothing for him, which is a lie. And anybody that know me, I don't need to be pat on the back or nothing. Whatever I done for him, I done it out of love. My grandmother, she's not here right now. She's my angel. I know that, and she should be his angel. I've never heard him talk about her like that. But I know Kim Kardashian put out one tweet, and she is angel, which is crazy to me. But I appreciate it. Like I said, my brother is innocent, and I hope she can get him out. I want him to come home. I see where Monica is ride or die. He just started talking back to her 7 months ago. And I know maybe it's prison talk, or, you know, I know he's incarcerated, and I get that. But still, you have to have heart for the people that really helped you. Monica just got divorced last year. So I'm thinking like, that's your ride or die. That's cool, if that's the way you feel. But let's be real, I have family members that think my brother coming home and they're not truthful. Maybe Silk scared to tell them the truth. My sister, my aunties, uncles, everybody think that this man is coming on and he gonna get a settlement, he gonna take care of everybody. But the truth is, and I know the truth hurt, what did he do the first time he was home? Who did he help? Why do people owe him when his friends has him incarcerated? That's the real reason he's incarcerated. I changed my life and I left those same friends behind because they didn't want to do right. They wasn't on the same page I was on. So God said, you got to cut people off. You got to do the right thing. And this to my brother, if you sitting in that cell, you got social media, you can see this, because I'm not coming to the jailhouse no more. You know, I'm not getting filled on, motherfucker touching on my ass, doing the same thing, looking for, do I have something on me? No, I don't. I changed my life. My grandmother that's deceased now, they was touching on her ass every time she go down there, and people still ungrateful. My mom, my dad, my brothers, aunties, uncles, everybody get filled on. When you go to prison to go see somebody, you might not come home either. I'm not going through that no more for ungrateful people. So all y'all bloggers or whatever, y'all can understand one thing. The ATM, I'm pulling the plug off. Because people that's ungrateful and don't appreciate me, even my own family members, that forget. Because you can give people, they hit you. I'm an ATM, I get it. That's what I am. I'm an ATM and now I'm a square because I'm not in the hood. I'm only not in the hood because I did the right thing. And I changed, which everybody else can change. But when you go to the club and you convicted of a crime that somebody else committed because you with the wrong people. And then the people that's with you, you call them the cut boys, that's taking care of your business while you locked up, they on the streets, and they all turned on you, and you say nothing about it. You never made a record about them. You never wrote a book about them turning on you. I mean, how is that real? How is that true? Because that's your word, truth. They turned on you, bro. You could have been home with your family 18 years ago. I mean, how long Monica been knowing Kim Kardashian? You done did a hunger strike, everything, bro. This could have been done. If it's gonna happen, it's just not that easy. Man, Jimbo did 22 years and he said, guess why I came home? Because I used to be married with you. The same way your brother is, but nobody telling him the truth. You paid for lawyers, you did all this stuff, we get it. But he said, guess what? My cellie told me, you mad at people, what have you done for people? Have you ever made him a card for his birthday? Have you ever sent him a Christmas card or made him a belt? Anything. Nobody's ever done that. Because people always say, where do you get the man that has everything? What about just love? What about a simple thank you? Matt family called me and said, thank you, Master P, for talking about my son's story in No Limit Chronicles. It made a big difference. Hopefully my son will come home soon. So that's integrity. That's people that have humility. I'm focusing on giving back to underprivileged communities, helping the next generation with education, helping the elderly. That's what I'm doing with my resources. I'm not wasting it on no more on family members that's ungrateful. I know that's why millionaires and billionaires say, you know what, I'm going to give my money back to charity. I'm not needing it for ungrateful family members. And I never thought I'd feel that way, but it's the truth. So people don't have to worry about me and what I'm doing or what I work for. When you look at my grandmother that's not here, I had to pay somebody to get you to her funeral, which is crazy. And you forgot. Everything costs money. Other people are spending their money and you're not thinking about it. Even if somebody said they know the date, but they had told you 100 times, yeah, that's love, bro. These people who you put your trust in, your friends, they only there for the publicity. When the publicity over, nobody's going to help you or nobody's going to be there for you but your family, us, the ones that love you. So, bro, wake up. If you get a second chance, man, be thankful. Thank that man up above. So, I get it what people say, man, you're bigger than that. Don't do that on the internet. But imagine if you help your family. You did everything you need to do for people. You even help outside people. And it still ain't enough for people around you to where they say crazy stuff about you. And, I mean, everybody human, you gonna get tired, I'm gonna get tired. Just buried a 3-year-old girl today. Next week I got to bury a 14-year-old kid. We've been doing all this positive stuff. Then we got to defend ourselves on some negative stuff on the internet. How would you feel? And I know Monica got thrown in this, and I apologize to you, Shorty, because I really don't know you like that. And I hope you got the right agenda and the right heart to help my brother, because he needs it. And even your friends, you know. But imagine everything you do is to help your family, and it's just not enough. They're ungrateful. Then they look at you like you're just an ATM machine or a piece of money. And nobody acknowledges the older people that been there for them. Like, you know, my family, you know, we love my brother. I love my brother. I won't see to come home. But this is about my grandmother, Big Mama. She let him stay in her house. She put out everything. Dog. Nobody acknowledged this lady. She our angel. She is angel. That's what I'm saying. Even the people around us in the family, y'all got to get this man mind right. This man that talked about me, said all kinds of stuff. I've been defending myself for years with this. This crazy. We shouldn't have to do this because we doing all this positive stuff and we growing as a family. That's what I'm doing. I can't make no man be on the same page I am. And I can't have nobody fault me that they in jail. That's what this all about. I love you. I love my brother. But man, come on. And y'all know that. This hurt me to have to keep calm. I'm never going to talk about this ever again. Because it's crazy. Especially when I know I got God in my heart. I changed my life. And I ain't trying to disrespect nobody. I'm just saying to my family, like, we got to do the right thing. If we really love each other, look, blood is thicker than water. You know, we got all these other people slick talking and dissing me, sue everybody. I mean, think about it. Those people put all that Instagram stuff up first. We just answer it. That's what people do. We're not going to keep sitting around, let nobody play with us and disrespecting our family. That's just what this is about. And this don't end, because I ain't even talking about them. I know the real ones know the real, but the fakers, they going to make something out of it. That's cool. That's life. I guess that's what social media is, living in the social media world now.
All right, people, there you have it. There you have it, man. Some of the things Master P said, man, was spot on. A lot of times you have family members that have been incarcerated, and it's due to their own doing, man, And they don't understand that out here in the real world, we got real problems. We deal with real situations, man. And a lot of times people incarcerated, they want, you to be focused on them all the time. They don't understand, man. You put yourself in there for the most part. I know people, I know not only people, but statistics show that black men are charged at a disproportionate rate for certain crimes, and I get that. And a lot of time my thing is, if you know how the system is, man, why even get caught up in it? That's another podcast right there. But basically with Master P, I'm gonna speak a little bit on this. Master P was basically, saying how his brother, was pretty much talking about, him who has been instrumental in helping him as far as while he's incarcerated. And, that's fucked up, man. And I can understand that as far as family members, and friends, that talk bad about you. It's fucked up. It doesn't feel good, but it is what it is, And I discover in life, the more I come up, the more people I pretty much got to get rid of. You don't want to do it, but sometimes you just got to do it, man, because people, they fuck with your energy, man. You got to protect your energy. You have to protect it. Got to protect your energy, man. You got to really be careful who you let around you. I could count on one hand how many people I really call friends, man. I have a lot of associates, though. But as far as friends, you can count. I know me, I can count on one hand, man. I can count on one motherfucking hand how many friends I really have, man. And the reason being, man, because I just don't tolerate bullshit. You got some people in life, man, they can dish out shit, but when you put that shit back on them, they can't take it. And the sad thing about it, man, is that as black people, man, we're all we got. And I understand some of my listeners are not black. But as black people, we're all we got, man. And with Master P, I'm quite sure he's been putting, money on his brother's books, trying to make his stay in prison as comfortable as possible. If there is such a word, I've never been to prison, have no plans to go. I stay the fuck out. I stay the fuck out of that shit, man, because man, I like my freedom, man. The military was the closest thing to prison, man, and I didn't like motherfuckers telling me what to do, man, and fuck that. And of course, the military is more than just that, but for the most part, man, you are government property. And that's one of the reasons I got out, man, because I just couldn't see me doing 20 years in there, man. With my mentality, I did 5 years. That was it. That was enough for me. Anyway, Master P, man, he's a pioneer in the rap game. He's a very well respected man in the industry and also in Black America. And I could understand his frustration. How long do you sit back and let the media talk shit about you? You have to defend yourself. You know what I learned? Sometimes you gotta let people talk, man. Sometimes you gotta let them talk. No matter what you say, they already have a perception of you. I know me. There are times where I've been accused of things, and it wasn't the way it came out, or the way somebody else repeated it. That really wasn't how it was, but at the end of the day, people have a perception of what they're gonna think anyway. I heard a cat say years ago, man, perception is reality. And I agree with that to an extent. But I always say, your perception is your reality. I remember a couple weeks ago, I put on my Facebook that I was supporting, that I would be voting for Donald Trump. A couple people didn't really agree with it, and it's cool, We're all entitled to our own thought. Nothing wrong with that. And the thing about it, people are afraid to be different. I'm gonna get back on Master P, but I'm just kind of flowing right now. But anyway, with Master P, man, he's done a lot. But he's at an age now where he has to protect his financial wealth. He has to protect his image, and people coming for him. But it's fucked up when you gotta deal with people you don't know, and you gotta deal with your brother and shit. And I can understand his frustration, man. You do shit for people, you help people out, they don't appreciate it. Most people that know me know that I'm a giving person, man. I just am. I'm a giving person, man, because I know how it feels to be without. I know how that shit feels, man. I know how it feels for people to turn their back on you. I know how it feels for people to forsake you. It doesn't feel good. But the one thing I try to hold true to is be honest with myself. As long as I'm honest and real with me, that's all that matters. The thing about it, getting back to Master P, when people are incarcerated, I don't think they really understand that in the real world, you have real issues, real problems, financial issues. I told the individual that I know, my family, that it's easy to get locked up. It's easy to commit a crime and go back and get locked up. You're locked up, you got 3 hots in a cot. Life is, I've never been in prison, but I suspect life is a bit easier because I see people come out of prison looking young as a motherfucker. So I'm wondering, like, okay, and I've even heard ex-convicts say prison preserves you. Why? Because you don't have to deal with what's going on out here. Other than, I'm pretty sure you got people, you got prison politics and prison life like any other thing, but you're not dealing with the frustrations of the world around us. Like me, I'm 33. I'll be 34 on September the 8th. And man, I have so much fucking gray hair because of stress and trying to make it out here and trying to achieve goals and fighting this battle, fighting that battle, man, and stressing me out, man. On top of dealing with things, internal and things from being in combat that I deal with every day that's been going on for the past 10, 15 years, man, that a lot of people don't really know that I've had to deal with, but people in prison don't get that. And like I said, there are people in prison who are innocent. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about people that are out here committing crimes and getting themselves locked up. And the thing I learned about life, man, at the end of the day, to a degree, you're really alone, man. You really are alone. That's a sad thing, man. Sometimes you figure out, and that's something I figured out when I was a younger man, when it's all said and done, man, only person you can depend on is you. For the most part. Even when people give you an opportunity or chance in life, you have to maximize that, and in the end, it's still on you. And the problem with a lot of people, man, is they're selfish. I put a quote on Facebook today by my grandmother, my mom's mom. That woman said a lot of prolific shit, man. Say something that will always make me laugh, but now that I'm older, I understand it. If people will eat your food and call it junk, sleep in your bed and call it fun. And they will. People will do that, man. Think about it, man. You can come through for some people 99 times. And at one time you don't come through, or one time something fucked up happens, now you the bad guy. But what about all those 99 other times I helped you? So that's why now, man, I'm very selective in who I deal with, who I help, who I stick my neck out there for, man. Because people will, my boy brother Keith used to say, people are some very mysterious creatures. And I know it sounds crazy, but some of the people I missed the most in my life, they're dead now. My dad's mom, my mom's mom. Peace to them, man. And my boy, brother Keith, man, we work together. Good job, man. And that man helped me out so much. His wisdom, man. I mean, you can't find that wisdom anywhere else, man. But I think about, those good times, man. I try not to, something I learned to do when people in your life you love, they die. You'll always have that memory of them, but what you gotta remember is those good times y'all had. You gotta remember that. That's what keeps that memory alive, man. Sometimes that's all we got is memories, man. But I think about that brother every day. I think about both of my grandmothers every day, man. I think about them every day, man. But back to Master P, man, I definitely understand him, man. I get it. But anyway, let's take a quick break, man. We're gonna segue into some news right now, man. We'll get back on Ungrateful People. According to the Wall Street Journal today, it says that American Airlines is going to cut 19,000 jobs. See, people in prison don't have to deal with this type of shit. Airline to shrink workforce by 30% as travel continues to slump amid the coronavirus pandemic. This current article is by Allison Slider. It says American Airlines Incorporated said it would shed 19,000 workers by October 1st as the airline prepares to downsize to cope with weak demand for travel amid the coronavirus pandemic that isn't expected to rebound for years. Americans cuts, talking about American Airlines, which together with retirements and temporary leaves of absence will make the carrier about 30% smaller than it was in March. These are the clearest sign yet of the devastation coming for the airline industry as the summer travel season winds down and government funds run out. The reduction includes 17,500 furloughs of pilots, flight attendants, mechanics, and others, as well as 1,500 cuts from ranks of management and administrative employees. They cover American Airlines itself as well as the two regional airlines it owns. American Airlines in July told some 25,000 workers that their jobs were at risk, with a few thousand more potential job losses at the regional subsidiaries. It was assumed that by September 30th, the virus would be under control and demand for air travel would have returned. That is obviously not the case. CEO Doug Parker and President Robert Isom wrote in a message to employees Tuesday. Americans plan to fly less than its typical schedule in the fourth quarter. The airlines received $25 billion in federal aid to pay workers through the end of September to avoid mass layoffs. The travel demand has stalled at around 30% of last year's levels. Executives believe it will take years and likely a COVID-19 vaccine for it to fully rebound. Unions and airline officials have advocated for another round of funds to keep employees in a job through March 2021. That idea garnered bipartisan support has stalled in recent weeks as Congress has been unable to reach an accord on a border pandemic relief. Wow. That's what I'm saying, people. A lot of times people who are incarcerated, they don't get that, man. They don't get the real shit we got to deal with out here. When you locked up, man, you in a whole nother world, man. That's one of the things I miss about the military was the fact that a lot of shit that people dealt with in the civilian world, I didn't have to deal with in the military. Why? Because I was in a whole nother world. According to the Wall Street Journal, Positive drug tests among U.S. workers reached highest level in 16 years. It says percentage of U.S. employees shown to be using marijuana climbs as more states legalize recreational use. It says the percentage of working Americans testing positive for drugs climbed last year, particularly for marijuana, according to a new report, indicating employee drug use was on the rise just as the coronavirus pandemic created new stresses. Overall, the proportion of U.S. workers who tested positive for drugs in urine in 2019 rose to 4.5%, the highest level in 16 years, according to Quest Diagnostics, one of the largest drug testing laboratories in the U.S., which analyzed approximately 9 million tests last year on behalf of employers. Yeah, man, people out here, they want to, this marijuana, man, this is getting big. Getting big, people. That's what it is. And the pandemic isn't helping this. People are smoking more marijuana, doing more drugs. The people stressed out. I'm gonna tell y'all one of the things I've been working on. I've been applying for different colleges, and I finally got accepted in the one. I'm gonna get into cybersecurity. I actually already bought me a voucher for one of the great security certification to have, man, because even my own corporation I work for, I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. I don't put trust in jobs, man. I just don't. Especially right now. One thing I do understand is that one industry or two industries decline, other industries are profiting. Why? Because at the end of the day, man, this world is not going to stop for COVID-19. That ain't going to happen. It's just not. This world is not going to stop for COVID-19. I have to change with it. As the world changes, I have to change right along with it. The world is not going to stop for me. It doesn't work like that. The world is not going to stop for me and put everything on hold so I can get my shit together. No, it don't work like that. When the world changes, you better change with it. Even during the Great Depression, like I said before on a previous podcast, everybody during the Depression wasn't suffering. Everybody wasn't in soup lines. Understand that. Some people made more money during the Depression than they ever had in their life. You better believe that. going to be the same way during the pandemic. Understand. I'm blowing out these ashes. Understand. Certain arenas in life are gonna go on a uprise. They're gonna rise. They're gonna rise up. For instance, technology is only going to advance. So if you find yourself trying to get into another industry, I would recommend technology, man, because it ain't going nowhere. Healthcare is going on the rise. Understand that. Healthcare is going to increase. Understand that. I get emails from this particular nursing school, and they need nurses so bad that that's my work phone. They are allowing people to get into nursing school without taking a entrance exam. That's how bad they need nurses. That's crazy, man. That's like saying you let motherfuckers go to medical school without taking an MCAT. And it wouldn't surprise me if they end up doing that too. A lot of the older people from these jobs are retiring now. Now is a good time for them to go ahead and retire because the stock market fluctuates so much, so they don't know what the hell gonna happen. So they like, fuck it, I'm finna go ahead and put my retirement packet in and live the rest of my life out, and I don't blame them. So I can definitely understand what people are going through, man. And remember, this all ties back to ungrateful people, man. A lot of times people that are ungrateful, they're ungrateful because they're self-absorbed. They don't realize it's not about you. A lot of times people just are living their life, trying to do the best they can. They're trying to succeed. They're trying to thrive. And they don't have time to be focusing on your problems when they have their own, man. So that's why I've taken a stance, you know what? I'm going to focus on me and mine. If I get to you, I get to you. That's pretty much where I am with it. I don't think I'm wrong for that. That's how I get down, baby. And I understand, right now it's just a troublesome time. I get it. But we all are dealing with things, man. So my advice to anyone is to focus on you and yours, man. Straight up. Fuck everybody else. Like I said, man. At the end of the day, you can do 99 things for a person. You can come through 99 times, but that one time you don't come through, it's a problem. That's where I am with it. So I understand when people like Master P who say, they've done all these things for their family members and it's just not appreciated. I dig it, brother. I dig it, man. Trust me. I dig it. Dig that. And I would tell anyone right now, get your skills up, save your money. If you got time to enjoy yourself. Focus on you and your well-being right now. When you get to other people, you get to them. It is what it is. don't feel bad, man, that you can't come through for people right now. Don't feel bad because you can't, hook people up and do this for people, do that for people. Don't worry about it. Fuck them. Because at the end of the day, those very people that you think you looking out for, they wouldn't look out for you. There are some people you're going to just have to let them go, y'all. I'm going to just tell you right now. Some people you got to let go. Some people you got to be like, you know what, man? It is what it is. If you don't want to fuck with me, don't fuck with me. I'll be all right. I'll tell you one thing, man. One thing I keep in my mind is, where will you be 10 years from now? Where will you be 10 years from now? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Right now, get your skills up. Get your money up. Save your money. Get skilled up. That's all I'm going to tell you. You don't know when your last day gonna be. You don't know when your last day will be. You don't know where you're gonna be 10 years from now. You don't want to be having any regrets. I shoulda, woulda, coulda. Nah, fuck that. Do what you gotta do right now. That's where I'm at with it. But anyway, people. This is the Cigars with Mac podcast. I'm grateful and humble that you came to listen to me today. I'm very grateful and very humble. And on that note, peace.
You're making grilled cheese tonight. The store with the really, really good cheese closes at 7. If it's 12.1 miles away and work ends at 5:45 but rush hour picks up around 6:15, when's the latest you can leave for cheese? Don't know? Not to worry. Waze knows. Take a look at the traffic forecast and plan your drive ahead of time. Waze. Download and drive today. You're making grilled cheese tonight. The store with the really, really good cheese closes at 7. If it's 12.1 miles away and work ends at 5:45 but rush hour picks up around 6:15, when's the latest you can leave for cheese? Don't know? Not to worry. Waze knows. Take a look at the traffic forecast and plan your drive ahead of time. Waze. Download and drive today.